Chapter 1. Introduction to Bastet, the cat goddess of Egypt. Hello everyone, welcome to our ASMR journey. Today we will explore the fascinating history and mythology of Bastet, the ancient Egyptian goddess. Sit back, relax, and let the soothing sounds guide you. Let's begin our journey back in time to the land of ancient Egypt. Our story starts thousands of years ago in the rich and fertile Nile Valley. Egypt, a land of magnificent temples, grand pyramids, and powerful deities. Among these deities was Bastet, a goddess who held a special place in the hearts of the ancient Egyptians. Bastet, often depicted as a lioness or as a woman with the head of a lioness or a domestic cat, is one of the most intriguing and beloved figures in ancient Egyptian mythology. Her image has adorned countless artifacts, statues, and temple walls, each telling a story of her divine presence and influence. Bastet's name itself evokes a sense of reverence and mystery. In ancient Egyptian, she was known as Bast or Bastet. The suffix "et" often added to female deities' names. Her name is thought to be derived from the word bas, meaning ointment jar, a symbol of her nurturing and protective qualities. Imagine the gentle sound of a cat's purr, a soothing rhythm that brings comfort and peace. This is the essence of Bastet, a goddess who embodies both the fierce protection of a lioness and the gentle care of a domestic cat. Bastet's dual nature reflects the duality of life itself, fierce yet nurturing, powerful yet gentle. In ancient Egypt, she was a guardian of the home, a protector of women and children, and a bringer of joy and love. Picture the ancient Egyptian landscape with its vast deserts, lush Nile Delta, and bustling cities. In this world, Bastet reigned as a symbol of protection and harmony, her presence felt in every household and temple. The worship of Bastet dates back to at least the Second Dynasty, around 2890 BCE, and continued to flourish for thousands of years. She was initially a lioness warrior goddess, a fierce protector against the forces of chaos and evil. Imagine the blazing sun of the Egyptian desert, symbolizing Bastet's fiery nature and her role as a guardian. Over time, Bastet's image evolved, and she began to be depicted as a domestic cat, or as a woman with the head of a cat. This shift in her representation reflected a change in her role and attributes. As a cat goddess, Bastet became associated with home, family, fertility, and childbirth. Imagine the gentle, nurturing presence of a cat, symbolizing Bastet's protective and loving nature towards her worshippers. Bastet's influence extended beyond the home. She was also a goddess of music, dance, joy, and love. Her festivals were lively and joyous, festivities, the sound of drums and flutes, and the sight of people dancing in her honor. Bastet's main cult center was in the city of Bubastis, located in the Nile Delta. Bubastis was a bustling city, known for its grand temple, dedicated to Bastet. The temple was a magnificent structure, surrounded by lush gardens and sacred lakes. Pilgrims from all over Egypt would travel to Bubastis to pay homage to the goddess. Imagine the awe-inspiring side of the temple, its walls adorned with beautiful carvings and hieroglyphs, telling stories of Bastet's divine deeds. In art and sculpture, Bastet was often depicted holding a sistrum, a musical instrument associated with joy and celebration. She was sometimes shown with a litter of kittens, symbolizing fertility and the nurturing aspect of motherhood. Imagine the serene image of Bastet, surrounded by playful kittens, a symbol of life and renewal. Cats were considered sacred animals in ancient Egypt, and harming a cat, even accidentally, was punishable by death. Cats were believed to carry Bastet's divine essence and were kept as pets and protectors in Egyptian households. Imagine the grace and elegance of the cats, their presence a constant reminder of the goddess's protection and favor. As a goddess of fertility and childbirth, Bastet was invoked by women seeking blessings for safe pregnancy and healthy children. Her nurturing nature made her a comforting figure for expectant mothers. Imagine the prayers and offerings made to Bastet, seeking her divine intervention and blessings for new life. Bastet's influence extended into the afterlife as well. She was believed to protect the souls of the deceased, guiding them safely to the afterlife. Imagine the peaceful journey of the souls, guided by Bastet's gentle and protective presence. The worship of Bastet continued for centuries, her cult growing in popularity and influence. Even as Egypt underwent political and cultural changes, Bastet remained a beloved and enduring figure. Imagine the timeless reverence for Bastet, her image enduring through the ages, a symbol of protection, love, and joy. Chapter 2: The Origins of Bastet. From lioness to domestic cat. Let's continue our journey through ancient Egypt. Our story begins in the early days of Egyptian civilization, during the Old Kingdom period, around 2686 to 21 BCE. In these ancient times, the Egyptians worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each representing different aspects of life and nature. Bastet, originally known as Bast, was one of the earliest deities worshipped by the ancient Egyptians. Initially, Bast was depicted as a lioness, symbolizing the fierce and protective aspects of her nature. As a lioness, Bast was seen as a warrior goddess, a fierce protector of the pharaoh and the people. She embodied the qualities of courage, strength, and ferocity, traits that were highly valued in the harsh and often dangerous environment of ancient Egypt. In these early depictions, Bast was closely associated with the sun god Ra. She was considered the daughter of Ra, and was believed to ride alongside him in his solar bark, protecting him from his enemies. Picture the blazing sun, a symbol of Ra's power, and Bast, the lioness, standing guard, ready to defend against any threat. As the protector of Ra, Bast played a crucial role in maintaining the order of the cosmos, a concept known as Ma'at in ancient Egyptian belief. Her fierce nature was a deterrent to chaos and evil, ensuring the stability and harmony of the world. Over time, as Egyptian society evolved and became more complex, so too did the role and representation of Bast. During the Middle Kingdom period around 2055 to 1650 BCE, Bast's image began to change. She gradually transformed from a lioness warrior goddess to a more nurturing and gentle figure, symbolized by the domestic cat. This shift in her representation reflected a change in her role and attributes, as she became more closely associated with the home, family, and fertility. Imagine the graceful and elegant movements of a domestic cat, its presence both calming and comforting. This new representation of Bast as a cat embodied the duality of her nature, fierce protector and gentle nurturer. As a cat goddess, Bast became the guardian of the home and family, protecting against evil spirits and misfortune. Her nurturing nature made her a beloved deity among women, particularly those seeking blessings for fertility and childbirth. Picture an ancient Egyptian household, with a cat sitting serenely by the hearth, its presence a symbol of Bast's protection and favor. Cats were highly valued in ancient Egyptian society, not only for their role as protectors, but also for their companionship. The Egyptians recognized the unique qualities of cats, their independence, grace, and mysterious nature, and these traits were reflected in the goddess Bast. In her new form as a cat, Bast continued to be associated with the sun, but her role expanded to include aspects of joy, music, and celebration. She was often depicted holding a sistrum, a musical instrument used in religious ceremonies, symbolizing her connection to music and festivity. Imagine the sound of the sistrum, its rhythmic jingling adding to the joyous celebrations in honor of Bast. Her festivals were lively and filled with music, dancing, and merriment, a testament to her role as a goddess of joy and love. As we explore the origins of Bastet further, it's important to understand the cultural and religious context in which she was worshipped. The ancient Egyptians believed that their gods and goddesses were deeply involved in their daily lives, offering protection, guidance, and blessings. Bastet's evolution from a lioness to a domestic cat reflects the dynamic and adaptable nature of Egyptian religion. It shows how the beliefs and practices of the people evolved over time, incorporating new ideas and influences. As Bastet's image transformed, so too did the ways in which she was worshipped and revered. Her dual nature as both a fierce protector and a gentle nurturer made her a unique and multifaceted deity, embodying the complexities of life itself. Imagine the reverence and devotion felt by the ancient Egyptians as they honored Bastet. Their prayers and offerings a testament to their deep connection with the goddess. Bastet's journey from lioness to domestic cat is a fascinating tale of transformation and adaptation, reflecting the changing needs and values of the people who worshipped her. As we conclude this chapter on the origins of Bastet, I hope you have gained a deeper understanding of her evolution and the rich history of her worship. Chapter 3: Bastet's role in ancient Egyptian religion. Bastet, the beloved cat goddess, held a prominent place in the pantheon of Egyptian deities. Her worship spanned thousands of years, reflecting her enduring importance in the religious and cultural fabric of Egypt. Bastet was a multifaceted goddess embodying various aspects of life and nature. She was revered as a protector, a nurturer, and a bringer of joy and harmony. Imagine the vast and bustling cities of ancient Egypt, where temples dedicated to Bastet stood as centers of worship and community life. In these sacred spaces, priests and priestesses performed rituals and ceremonies to honor Bastet, seeking her blessings and protection. One of Bastet's primary roles was as a guardian of the home and family. She was invoked by households seeking protection from evil spirits and misfortune. Imagine an ancient Egyptian household, with its walls adorned with amulets and images of Bastet, her presence a source of comfort and security. As a protector, Bastet was believed to ward off harmful influences, ensuring the safety and well-being of those under her care. Her fierce aspect as a lioness made her a formidable defender against threats, both physical and spiritual. In addition to her protective role, Bastet was also a goddess of fertility and childbirth. Women would pray to Bastet for blessings of fertility, safe pregnancies, and healthy children. Picture the heartfelt prayers and offerings made to Bastet, seeking her divine intervention in matters of life and birth. Bastet's nurturing nature made her a comforting figure for expectant mothers, and her blessings were sought during all stages of pregnancy and childbirth. Her influence extended to matters of love and family harmony, making her an essential deity in the intimate aspects of daily life. Bastet's association with music, dance, and joy further enriched her role in Egyptian religion. She was often depicted holding a sistrum, a musical instrument religious ceremonies. Imagine the rhythmic sound of the sistrum, its jingling creating a festive atmosphere during celebrations and rituals. Her festivals were joyous occasions, filled with music, dancing, and merriment. These celebrations were a time for the community to come together, honoring Bastet and seeking her blessings for happiness and prosperity. Bastet's primary cult center was the city of Bubastis, located in the Nile Delta. Bubastis was a thriving city, known for its grand temple dedicated to Bastet. Imagine the awe-inspiring sight of the Temple of Bastet, its towering columns and intricately carved walls, telling stories of the goddess's divine deeds. Pilgrims from all over Egypt would travel to Bubastis to pay homage to Bastet, participating in the grand festivals held in her honor. The Temple of Bastet was a center of religious and social activity, a place where people gathered to worship, celebrate, and seek the goddess's guidance. The annual festival of Bubastis was one of the most popular and widely attended festivals in ancient Egypt. It was a time of great celebration, marked by processions, feasting, and music. Picture the lively processions making their way through the city, with worshippers singing, dancing, and playing musical instruments in honor of Bastet. Boats filled with celebrants would travel along the Nile, creating a festive and vibrant spectacle. The festival was not only a religious event, but also a social one, strengthening the bonds of community and shared belief. Bastet's role in the afterlife was also significant. She was believed to protect the souls of the deceased, guiding them safely to the afterlife. Imagine the peaceful journey of the souls, with Bastet's gentle and protective presence ensuring their safe passage to the next world. Her protective nature extended beyond the physical world, offering comfort and security to those who had passed on. In funerary texts and tomb inscriptions, Bastet was often invoked to provide protection and guidance in the afterlife. Her presence was a source of reassurance, promising a safe and harmonious journey to the realm of the gods. The worship of Bastet was deeply ingrained in the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians. Her dual nature as both a fierce protector and a gentle nurturer made her a beloved and versatile deity. As we explore the many facets of Bastet's role in ancient Egyptian religion, we see a goddess who embodies the complexities and dualities of life itself. She was a guardian, a nurturer, a bringer of joy, and a guide to the afterlife. Her worship was a testament to the deep connection the ancient Egyptians felt with their deities, seeing them as integral to every aspect of life and beyond. Imagine the reverence and devotion felt by the ancient Egyptians as they honored Bastet. Their prayers and offerings a testament to their deep connection with Bastet was a thriving metropolis located in the Nile Delta. It was one of the most important religious centers in ancient Egypt, dedicated to the worship of the beloved cat goddess, Bastet. Imagine the bustling streets of Bubastis, filled with merchants, pilgrims, and locals going about their daily lives. The air is filled with the sounds of laughter, conversation, and the occasional meow of a cat. At the heart of this vibrant city stood the magnificent temple of Bastet, a grand structure that drew worshippers from all over Egypt. The temple was a center of religious activity, where priests and priestesses performed rituals and ceremonies in honor of Bastet. Picture the awe-inspiring side of the temple, its towering columns and intricately carved walls, adorned with images of Bastet in her various forms. The temple complex was surrounded by lush gardens and sacred lakes, creating a serene and beautiful environment for worship. The temple of Bastet was not only a place of worship, but also a center of community life. Pilgrims from across Egypt would travel to Bubastis to pay homage to Bastet and participate in the grand festivals held in her honor. One of the most significant festivals was the Festival of Bubastis, an annual event that drew thousands of worshippers. Imagine the lively processions making their way through the city, with people singing, dancing, and playing musical instruments in honor of Bastet. Boats filled with celebrants would travel along the Nile, creating a festive and vibrant spectacle. The festival was a time of great joy and celebration, marked by feasting, music, and dancing. It was an opportunity for people to come together, celebrate their shared beliefs, and seek the blessings of Bastet. Picture the bustling streets filled with vendors selling food, trinkets, and offerings for the goddess. The air is filled with the scent of incense and the sound of laughter and music. At the center of these festivities was the Temple of Bastet, where elaborate rituals and ceremonies were performed. Priests and priestesses would lead the worshippers in prayers, offerings, and dances, seeking the favor and blessings of the goddess. The sacred lakes surrounding the temple played a significant role in the rituals. These lakes were believed to be imbued with the divine essence of Bastet, and their waters were considered holy. Imagine the serene waters of the sacred lakes, reflecting the grandeur of the temple and the surrounding gardens. Pilgrims would often take ritual baths in the lakes, seeking purification and blessings from Bastet. The city of Bubastis was not only a religious center, but also a thriving hub of commerce and trade. Its strategic location in the Nile Delta made it an important port city, facilitating trade and cultural exchange. Imagine the busy docks of Bubastis, with ships arriving city's markets were filled with a variety of goods, from exotic spices and textiles to everyday necessities. The prosperity of Bubastis was closely tied to the worship of Bastet. The goddess was believed to bestow blessings of fertility, abundance, and prosperity upon the city and its inhabitants. Her protective presence was invoked to safeguard the city from harm and ensure its continued prosperity. Imagine the reverence and devotion felt by the people of Bubastis as they honored Bastet. Their prayers and offerings a testament to their deep connection with the goddess. The legacy of Bastet and the city of Bubastis endured for centuries, even as Egypt underwent political and cultural changes. The worship of Bastet continued to flourish, reflecting her enduring importance in the spiritual and cultural life of the Egyptians. As we explore the sacred city of Bubastis, we see a testament to the deep and lasting impact of Bastet on ancient Egyptian society. Her influence extended beyond the temple walls, permeating every aspect of life in Bubastis. Imagine the timeless reverence for Bastet. Her image enduring